Tampa Bay Lightning, Connor Ingram is your father.
I am your father. Yeah. Star Wars night, Connor Ingram absolutely in fuego. He's going to be sleeping like this tonight. He had the little fits in bed tonight. I turned out like, can you believe that? Unreal.
Holy moly.
It's late, Leah.
It is late. Well, it's not that late.
Late for me. It's 10.
We've just had a very long day, but alas. Thank you all so much for tuning into the PHNX Coyotes postgame show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and leave us a 5-star review. I'm Leah, here with Petey and Sean. Craig calling in from Mullett Arena shortly, but Petey, what a performance by Connor Ingram.
Yeah, I mean, there's just... They get a win tonight. It's points in 7 straight for this Coyote team, but come on. Like, this is Connor Ingram, period.
I was cheering for them in overtime in the shootout.
The shots through 2 were 37-13. It literally was not even close. That first period, because we went to the mall tonight, and that first period, Tampa Bay gets a power play, and it was like, you know, at the carnival where they're throwing darts at balloons or the shooting gallery. It was insane.
Yeah.
Like, it was just one after another, and then set up Stamkos, and they set a point. This isn't like, these are some of the best players in the league on a power play, and just one after another. And Ingy was sharp. Like, he just looked solid the entire night, and the very last shot of the game in overtime off the post. But I think he got owed that one. Don't you?
Yeah, especially after Coyotes hit the post multiple times today.
What an unbelievable performance. And that building, the excitement at the mall, there were a lot of Tampa fans, but I think
it didn't feel overwhelming.
But it was just, it was a great game.
It was a real, and I think Matt said it on the broadcast, it's one of the more entertaining 0-0 games.
Yeah.
And I was even thinking about it. Would I rather be at a Coyotes, like a blowout against the Coyotes, or that? And I'd way rather see that. Like, that was unreal.
It was impressive. And it was funny, though, because right off the start, and this is what happens at the Mullett. And we've talked about it with Boston. We talked about Toronto. We talked about Minnesota. They haven't played there before. They're good teams, and they look around like, oh, this is like a preseason game. And then the Coyotes jump on them in the first 5 minutes. Tonight, who was it? I think it was Lawson Krause had a shot 13 seconds into the game. You're going, oh my God, that could have gone in. And I said, it's going to happen again. Well, the ice got tilted after that. So the Coyotes didn't have much offense, but maybe a couple of chances off the post throughout that entire game. It was literally the Connor Ingram story from beginning to end.
Yeah.
But one of those teams you want to beat.
Yep, absolutely. Crazy stat tonight. Most saves in NHL history in a player's first career shutout with 47 saves. Do you know who has the second most saves in their first shutout?
Whose record did he beat?
Oh, just his teammate, Karel Vejmelka.
So the top 2 goaltenders in the history of the National Hockey League. The history for their first shutout, most saves for their first shutout in the history of the National Hockey League. The top 2 are Arizona Coyotes.
You could have just ended it after the 2 greatest goalies and
just called it.
Just call it.
And by the way, while we're throwing out Coyote goaltending stats, the stat for the most consecutive shutout minutes in the modern era is also held by a Coyote goaltender. So why don't they just rename it, the goaltending section of that, the Arizona Coyote record book? You think?
Yeah, they should.
Honest to God, that's impressive.
It's so weird. It's so bizarre. We got a $1.99 super chat from Vaguely Sober. Mullett Magic.
Mullett Magic. It's real. Back. It is real.
You just talked about it.
100% it's real.
Yep.
100% it's real. The Mullett Magic. It exists.
Yeah.
Colorado's in one right now with Minnesota. Minnesota's all playing them, but Colorado's up 1-0.
Boy, howdy. But yeah, like you said, the Coyotes, they have points now in 7 straight. They're now tied with the New York Rangers for longest active point streak in the NHL.
What?
The New York Rangers, the ones with Artemi Panarin and Tarasenko and Adam Fox, those guys.
Shesterkin, yeah.
The Rangers are up 5-3 on the Canucks right now.
They're going to still get one ahead, but they'll still have the second longest point streak in the NHL. Arizona, listen. I can't even go there tonight.
Yeah,
we're not going there tonight.
We're not going there, but
we
they
went
did.
there the other night. I can't do it again.
So the big step they jumped over and the San Jose Sharks in the standings, and they are now 1 point shy of the Vancouver Canucks, who are losing tonight.
Lose.
Yeah, so I would imagine by the end of the night, 1 point behind the Canucks. So they're making a late push.
All right, let's get into a little bit more of the nitty gritty of this one. And let's start with the numbers, because the numbers are quite fascinating. 47 shots on goal by Tampa, obviously, like we said. Just absolutely unreal. And you already mentioned how badly the Coyotes got outshot. The Coyotes were outshot 21-7 in the first period, and then 17-6 in the second period. That is unbelievable. The Coyotes' penalty kill was on one tonight, killing 5 penalties. Power play, obviously. I mean, nobody scored except for the shootout. So these numbers speak for themselves. But the fact that they killed off 5 Tampa Bay power plays with Stamkos, Kucherov, Braden Point, just crazy, crazy stuff.
So who has the number 3 power play in the National Hockey League?
Is it the Tampa Bay Lightning?
It is.
And the Coyotes just
stopped them 5 times. Okay. It just
that's where those 20 shots.
Honestly, I don't get it. And we talked about the way they set up on that power play. Any of those 5 players is a wagon for Tampa. Like they have 5 scoring threats out there for 10 minutes with 1 less Coyote, and they still don't score. And honestly, that first one where they gave up 9 shots in that power play, Connor Ingram was just composed. Stamkos had 2 or might have been 3 one-timers from his spot on the left circle, and he got there early, he got there steady, and he got there straight. He wasn't like panicking to get there, or Stamkos didn't get it off. It was just really calm, in control goaltending, and I thought it was that way from the beginning of the game, and even the moment. There was a moment shorthanded where he lost his stick, and we talked about this at the game. The evolution of the way goalies play, and we talked about them playing on their knees all the time. It is no longer the thought process that the defenseman hands the goalie stick. Remember that? It used to be the case. They'd hand him the defenseman so he'd have a stick to hold on to. They don't do that anymore. They only do it if the defenseman loses a stick, the forward gives it to the defenseman. But the goalie sat there. Ingram played, 40 seconds without a stick? Shorthanded against the 3rd best power play in the league, and they still don't score. Clearly all hats off to Connor Ingram. To him. Yeah. He gets his flowers today. He is him.
He is him. Craig just sent us a tweet with some funny information. So Craig's tweet said, I asked Clayton Keller about this 7-game unbeaten streak, and he said, quote, we got a good burst of energy there over the break, he said, then laughed. I'm sure the GM's not too happy about it.
But see, and this is the conundrum there, and they know. These guys know. They understand what the whole thing's about. But did you see when they stormed the net after the game, after the shootout?
God.
It was like little kids winning a mite tournament.
It warmed my heart.
Yeah, it was sincere. It was sincere happiness for their goalie.
And you said that he's a great.
He's really well liked in the room.
Craig
from the
said
staff
he's
to
a
the
great
players.
interview too.
Yeah, and guys are rooting for guys like that. And so you see it at the end of the game, and that's why you can sit there and I remember Gary Bettman said, no, teams aren't tanking. They're not tanking. Players don't tank, period. You think they could have folded over and said, oh, this is Tampa tonight, but they didn't. And they did it for their goalie, and Tampa was the better team, period. Tampa was better. Tampa had the better scoring opportunities. They played better. They were faster. They were better, but they didn't win. And so you pat the guy on the back, you say yay for him, and they're all happy and sunshine and roses today, and they deserve the 2 points.
Yep.
Worry about the standings later. We've got to stop worrying about 1 or 2 points. Things are going to happen the way they happen.
And also, we just can't really extend too much stress on it because we're just going to stress ourselves out for the rest of the year. The great comment from JC. Call Ingy Zeus because he controls the Lightning.
Wow.
I love that.
Where was that like a half hour ago when we were trying to think of stuff?
And then we got our nightly sticker from Shayne trying to make us read the most wild thing. Baby Lemon looking up to our lemon character standing in a superhero position.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Thank you, Shayne.
I don't understand how that works, but it's still
that's okay.
Clever.
Great comments in the chat tonight.
I got a bone to pick with the Dief and Lock.
Go for it.
Okay, is he not the photographer of PHNX? Kind of like he's on that side of the creative side, the videographer, right?
Yeah.
So we took a picture tonight. I know we're going to talk more about it later, but we took a picture of the staff with a bunch of our diehards.
Yeah.
So wouldn't that picture you'd go, that picture's got to be perfect because it's the photographer taking the picture.
PD, this is not a bone to pick with Shayne. It's a bone to pick with Michaela.
Oh, it is.
Because Shayne took about a dozen photos.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I sent them all to Michaela.
Sorry, Locksmith.
And the one that got posted on Instagram was the one you had your eyes closed.
But, okay. Never mind.
It's not about you, Shayne. It's
Sorry,
about
Shayne.
Michaela. That was more about
So yeah, I
Michaela.
just went out there with my eyes closed.
No. Yep.
Never mind.
Awesome.
Sorry, Shayne.
And also the picture. Kyle, by the way, nice meeting you tonight. Kyle's selfie, you had your eyes closed too.
I know. I don't know.
Good thing you got to watch the game. Your eyes were closed half the night.
I have bad news.
Uh-oh.
The Buffalo Sabres are just too good. They're winning 5-3 over the Ducks. They just scored.
Oh,
You know, let's
just
keep that negativity out of here tonight.
I mean, I was being positive about the Buffalo Sabres.
What's Alltex doing?
We have a $5 super chat from Alltex. The amount of times I've debated back and forth with myself about getting a Connor Ingram jersey is astounding. The question is, which one?
Well, I've always been a believer in Black Kachina. You can't go wrong. Sorry.
Agree.
But
I say whatever color the Cassian jersey is in, get the other one.
the other one.
That's true.
In Ingram.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if there would probably never be a greater combination of two Coyotes jerseys than Zach Cassian and Connor Ingram.
I could not agree more.
By the way, this is more for Sean, but do you know that Connor Ingram spent time with the Syracuse Crunch?
Yeah, I mean, it's an absolute wagon of an AHL franchise. They did lose today. It was a tough night for the Lightning organization.
The defense locks all over me. He said it's also a phone. It's not a camera.
And he said, try opening your eyes, and he called you Peter.
I know. I got it.
By the way,
I apologize.
Connor Ingram's draft team, the Tampa
drafted
Bay
by
Lightning.
the Tampa Bay Lightning. Huh. There's a
full circle moment.
We should know stuff.
We should. Another thing I want to talk about is Clayton Keller's shootout goal.
Yeah.
Oh,
dirty,
my God.
filthy goal.
Oh,
that's
my
an
God.
all-star goal. And we did talk about recounting the all-star ballots and sending Ingram instead of Keller, but it was apparently too late. Keller did not disappoint in the shootout. Ridiculous backhand, top shelf.
Unreal.
Filthy.
Unreal. And it's a bummer that a goal did go in on Ingram in the shootout. It doesn't count against him, but he had it. And then it just bounced over him. But, oh, man.
Can we talk about Keller, though, in the second period?
Yeah.
Where he's down, remember?
Oh, my God.
I reversed VH snap show the other day from that low by the goal line.
Yeah.
Did it again. He did it again. Same spot, off the post.
Can we talk about Keller being literally right in front of the net and deciding to pass the puck at the last second?
I wish I had the whiteboard right handy.
We don't have to talk about it.
But
do you want us to get the whiteboard so you can?
No, it's just a rant. It would be so.
Go on a rant.
For people that were at the Mullett, this is something we are going to literally have to start doing. We need to start yelling at people to shoot because apparently they don't understand that. You're being outshot 20-4 at the time. 20-4 at the time. Clayton Keller is 2 feet from the net. He's almost at the blue paint. And he does a backhand pass through the middle looking for a player that is farther away from the net. Stop it. Just shoot. Kels, you got a great shot. You've proven you can beat a goalie from the top of the circle clean. You've done it. Don't pass up opportunities to make a better play or find a seam. Play Michelli. Top of the circle. Shoot the puck at the net. Again, Michelli, it was 18-2 when Michelli had it. He passed through 2 players to get it on the other side of the... Shoot the puck. I was so frustrated that first period, especially after Tampa came out after those 2 power plays, dominating the shots. Shoot the puck. Just shoot the puck. You're not creating any offense. Get people in the net. Put the puck there. Kells, when you finally do shoot, you ring one off the post. Just please start shooting. So everybody that goes to the Mullett, when you see a Coyote player from the top of the circle in, everybody just yells, shoot!
It's so funny because normally, we hate those. Not we, but just
you hate that person.
But no.
Yes.
They need to learn.
That's the kid at the Pee-wee, the Pee-wee mom. Shoot! We don't know. Do it at the Mullett. Top of the circle in, shoot! Okay, that's it. I'm done. Shoot the puck. Shoot the puck, especially when you're struggling to create offense like this team does. And you're looking at opportunities. You need to get pucks to the net. Rebounds, tips, screens. That's how goals are scored in this league. They're very rarely tic-tac-toe passing plays. get the puck to the net, and things just happen. Okay.
Oh, that was good stuff. It was good stuff. But especially when Shayne DePaz has money on Clayton Keller and Nick Bukestad to score, and both of them hit the post tonight.
How entertaining is that, by the way?
So you just dropped my whole government name. You call me Shayne DePaz.
I didn't. That's not your whole name. I could do that too.
Well, yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, I will say this for sports enthusiasts, watching the DP Shayne DePaz watch a sporting event that he has money on, it's absolutely electric. Like there's up and down, running down halls. He's laying on the floor. Like it is absolute art to watch him. And you should see it at the Mullett because he's on press row. So you're not really supposed to get excited, but you know he's excited.
My thought Sean was gonna puke multiple times.
Listen,
look at Kate Holloway. Kate's already screaming.
Section 111 already screams it. Thank you, Kate. We need to lead the way.
Yes, lead the way. Shoot the puck. Thanks, Kate.
What?
No, I was just gonna say I'm not. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not rooting for the Coyotes when I'm there. I'm rooting for money.
Right.
I know. I get it.
But you did win Coyotes money line.
I did.
It was looking dicey.
A little grim.
For about an hour.
And I needed it because I had a lot of money on this game, and the money that I won allowed me to break even. I did not make money tonight.
Yeah, I will say this. I did go around spewing Coyote money line from the moment we walked into Illegal Pete's today.
You did,
but I put money on Yotes money line before I even saw you today. So I was.
But
there
I gave
with
a bunch of reasons why.
You did, and I put a little more down. But you giving me reasons why, and me doubling down is the only reason I broke even. I would have otherwise lost money.
How about Tampa going to 2 shootouts in 2 nights back to back?
And now they're heading into Vegas. And I guess when you look at his schedule, this is one thing you have to look at. I don't think they looked past Arizona. When you look at the numbers they put up, the shots they put up, and the players that had those shots, it was their best players that were playing their best. That play by Stamkos in the second period, he had it. Like, that's a goal. And Ingram comes up huge. So I can't say they took the night off. You can't say they went from Colorado with Vegas coming up next and they slept through Arizona. They didn't. They were the better team. They had the better opportunities. It was the goalie wearing the Chychrun was just the best player on the ice tonight. And that was the difference.
Yep. Caleb was asking about the shot attempts in this game. Kenny said 47-26. I don't actually know how to calculate that, so I'll let you calculate that. And while you do, if you want to sweat out some bets, you can do so on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. But Sean had a lot of money out there tonight. Broke even. It's fine. There's a lot of ways to win yourself money. You could actually bet on exact score and it's very rare, but if you bet on a 0-0, or you can bet on the game to go to overtime, you can bet on an exact result. You could have bet the over in Ingram saves. There's just a ton of stuff. Lots of ways to win yourself money on DraftKings. So if you want to get in on the action, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, use the code PHNX, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. It's only at DraftKings with code PHNX. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. Did you get this out?
82-53. Wow. In favor of Tampa.
I could have guessed.
Yeah, 82-50. But the Coyotes had more attempts than I thought.
Yeah.
But that really came late in the game.
Yeah, they did.
Their third period.
They did have a good effort in the third.
They outshot the Lightning in the third period.
Yeah, they did. 13-5.
13-5 in the third.
And
overtime was 5-0.
5-0.
5-0. But the third period, this is the other thing we said, is the first period for the Coyotes, if they can just survive it. And by surviving, you usually say even or better. So ahead or tied. With the Coyotes, I'll say they can even be behind by 1. They just get better as the game goes on as a team. Ingram, first period, once they got through that, you go, gosh, I really think they're going to win this game. And they got better, a little better, marginally better in the second. That's when Keller gets the post. Third period, they actually were better. I don't know if Tampa just goes, what else we got to do to score? And they throttled it down a notch, but the Coyotes were better. Overtime, that was not the case. Although Keller had a chance early in overtime and didn't get a shot on net.
One more thing. We did go to Illegal Pete's tonight before the game. It was so much fun. Thank you to everybody who came. I know there were some people who couldn't make it, wanted to, but we had a really, really great group. Lots of fun conversations. Craig was just giving up some insider info. You were giving some insight into your Roman reads. we had a lot of fun, and we enjoyed some amazing food.
We did.
I will say it felt validating that everyone agreed how good the queso was.
Queso was fire.
And the best part of it all was that we all were drinking Wow.
Yes.
Like literally everyone said, oh, what 4-piece do I have on tap? Okay, Wow, let's do it. And so we were all drinking Wow. And it felt like a very come together moment.
Brand.
So I really loved it. And I mean, 4-piece is just the way to go. And especially it was still daylight. The Wow just hit well. So the only thing better than drinking beer is pairing it with delicious Girl Scout cookies. Check out the 4-piece cookie pairing at their 8th Street Pub location in Tempe on February 16th. Yep, that is tomorrow. You must be 21 or older to enjoy responsibly, but lots of fun things going on at the 8th Street Pub as of late.
And to something Sean said is if you don't like chocolate cookies, the Girl Scouts have a new French toast cookie, buddy. That is going. I don't know if that goes hard with a kilt lifter. I don't know if I want a fruity beer with the French toast Girl Scout cookie.
I have bad news, Petey.
What?
The French toast cookies only sold on the East Coast. I know.
I saw it online.
I know.
Serious?
I was heartbroken today.
Heartbroken. Never mind. It's Thin Mints and kilt lifter.
All right. Well,
he's here.
Could you sound a little more excited?
Yeah, he's here.
It's Craig. Why are you shaking your head?
I heard that.
That's enthusiasm for you there, Craig.
Oh boy, Craig. Connor Ingram.
Yes.
He's him.
Yeah. Wow. I don't even know what to say about this game.
Did you talk to Connor Ingram?
Oh yeah. We talked.
Okay, well let's start with that.
Okay. Craig, you're killing it so far.
Yeah, this is an audio show, Craig.
47 save shutout in his first shutout of his career. It's an unbelievable performance by Connor Ingram tonight. And he's just getting better and better as he plays for the Coyotes. I mean, if we're going to look at what's going wrong with the tank, just look in goal. Look at what these two guys are doing for them right now. This was a ridiculous performance tonight. They beat the 4th highest scoring team in the National Hockey League, 3rd best power play, I believe, in the National Hockey League.
Yep.
Had plenty of chances. Connor Ingram has just been. I tweeted his stats before this game was over. He's got to be getting close to a .930 save percentage since the new year done, and those are unbelievable numbers.
Yeah, and we keep saying this team works hard, and you know the tank, and they're winning games and points. But to Craig's point, without Vejmelka and Connor Ingram, this team is not where they are right now. Period. It's not even close. And we've talked about Ingram. There was a stretch where Vejmelka, you got to trade him because they just keep winning. Well, now it's Ingram. Like he just plays steady. He gives you that calm, reassuring feeling that he's just there. He's steady. He's square. He beats every shot to the post. He's fun to watch because he's in control. And I tell you what, I wouldn't count this team out against anybody. That's Toronto and Tampa and Boston.
Well, obviously Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto's, because they always beat Toronto. But all of those teams inside the Mullett, there is not one team in the league right now that you can say, oh, they're going to come here and roll the Coyotes. You just can't. Because that's like Craig said, that's one of the top scoring teams in the league.
You know what's scary?
0-0.
The Coyotes have a lot of home games left this season.
Mm-hmm.
They're on a 7-game point streak too, 4-0-3, which is, I know the New York Rangers are playing tonight and I think winning, but
they're winning.
Currently tied with the Rangers for the longest point streak in the league.
Insane.
Did you see the Clayton Keller quote, by the way?
We did.
Yeah, we read it. We read it.
it.
That's hilarious.
You imagine saying that on camera and laughing about it. Wow.
But
that is the ultimate proof that players and coaches do not tank.
Yeah.
They're not doing it. They're not into it at all.
And Craig, it reminds me too, we actually talked to Christian Fischer and Lawson Krause this morning after the skate, and Christian Fischer even said like that he wanted to like give a shout out to the goalies, and he felt like they don't even get enough acknowledgement for what they've been doing, what they accomplish. And it's crazy that these two have done what they've done. And then Connor Ingram comes out tonight and does this. And by the way, a little peek behind the curtain, a really funny moment today is talking to Coach Turney, like Craig right away, who's in net tonight, asks 4 more questions, and then at the end goes, so who's starting tonight? And Coach Turney was like, I already told you. It was hilarious. We should have known. We should have known that it was going to be a magical Connor Ingram night tonight.
Yeah. And I don't want to diminish the goaltending performances in any way, but clearly the Coyotes are doing something defensively as well. And one thing that both goaltenders have pointed to over and over again is they're getting clear lines on the shots. Most goalies in the NHL will tell you, if I can see the puck, I'm going to stop it. Teams will obviously like to set up traffic in front of the goaltenders, try and screen them, try and get tips, etc. One thing that the Coyotes have been doing a really good job of, and Andre Turin, you mentioned this as well, something that they work on is just moving guys out. Boxing guys out so that the goaltenders can see the shots. And that's part, at least, of what's going on here, part of what's driving the goaltender's success. But again, I don't want to downplay what Karel Vejmelka and Connor Ingram are doing, because they're doing ridiculous things right now.
I'm dying at the chat saying, bring back Carter Hutton. Trade for Mrazek.
I watched it.
Chicago got this right.
Did you see Chicago tonight, Craig? So another team that's looking for in the Bedard sweepstakes, they gave up a goal, 9 seconds in, 13 seconds in, off the opening faceoff, down, shoot, score. Like, it was, I don't even, the difference in goaltending to these teams that are in the bottom 1-2 is so much different than what the Coyotes are seeing. It's just absolutely different.
You know what else is different? I feel like, and listen, I can say this because I've been a lifelong Blackhawk fan, but with some of these teams, I don't feel like maximum effort is there with some of these teams. I still feel like it is with the Coyotes.
Yeah.
Me too.
And that's good.
It starts with the coaching staff and the leadership.
Yeah. It is. It's. We've said this before, and teams know. I don't think the Coyotes are sneaking up on teams. I really don't. They know when they come here, especially this team is going to work. And I know Andre Tournier talks about that all the time. He wants the trademark of this team to be, we're hard to play against and we work hard. Like, there's nobody that follows the game of hockey is going to say that this skill comparison between these two teams was even remotely close. I'm sorry, Coyotes fans, it wasn't even close between these two teams. The experience, the skill, 3-time Eastern champions, not even close. But the work ethic, I don't know, man. They'll skate with anybody. They're going to work hard, they're going to skate hard, and they're going to get to that net. You cannot count this team out. It's honestly impressive because it is so easy to give up. It is so easy to quit.
Yeah.
And these guys don't.
Remember the marketing phrase like 10 years ago, scratching and clawing?
Yeah.
That's literally like what it feels like.
I'm bringing that. I still have the scratch and claw
I think
t-shirt.
I do too. Maybe we should wear them one night.
Scratch and claw.
By the way, we haven't crowned our king yet.
I wonder.
I think everyone's been sitting on the edge of their seats.
Sorry, Boogie.
Thinking about who it's going to be.
Boogie hit the post. And he missed in the shootout.
Yeah, sorry. It's not Boogie. It is, of course, Connor Ingram. First career shutout. And it was a record-setting one, too. 47. And a crown. A large crown.
That is a large crown.
His achievement.
He deserves it. He deserves a large crown.
So congrats to.
And that's an NHL record-setting performance. Like, not just Coyotes performance. It's the National Hockey League most saves by a rookie in his first shutout. Not a rookie. Most saves by a goalie in his first shutout.
Unreal. Like, just absolutely unreal. And Craig, did you know that the second one is Veggie?
Yeah, I saw the stat that the chart that they tweeted. So it's that says it all right there for what's going on here, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's wild.
And I want to go back to Blatantly Ass, and I had tweeted something or put something in the chat. They did this with Jakob Chychrun and Shayne Gostisbehere sitting up in the devil deck. So their two best defensemen are out of the lineup. It doesn't matter. It doesn't feel like it matters. And by the way, do you know what the Coyotes' record is without Jakob Chychrun in the lineup this season? I'm just going to tell you, it's 8-9-2. They're a game under 500 without Jakob Chychrun in the lineup. Interesting.
Oh.
Wow, very.
Are we going to talk about Jakob Chychrun again tonight?
Yeah, I think
boy.
Have we talked
I just asked.
Well, let's talk about Shayne Gostisbehere first.
What do you got?
Sure.
Yeah, let's talk about Ghost.
Because we got an update today. He was on the ice for the skate, and he was participating in drills. He wasn't just skating. He was actively participating. And Coach Tierney said he is now day to day, and it could play in the next 7 days, as soon as this weekend, possibly, if not next week. So.
Yep, and people saw that because they looked at my fine photography skills and saw Shayne Gostisbehere, maybe somebody that they could recognize as Shayne Gostisbehere on the ice today.
Jacob came back from paternity leave today and immediately was texting Craig on his case about his photo quality.
It's like, you know when you go to those weddings and they have the little Kodak's cardboard cameras on all the tables, they want everybody to take pictures and then throw them. That's what Craig takes these pictures with. I don't know what, every picture is fuzzy. Everyone. I don't know.
I don't like that I'm being compared to Craig for my picture that I took from 100 yards away.
Yeah, by the way.
Because it's the same quality as pictures that Craig takes from 5 feet away.
But Craig doesn't put his glasses on. In fairness, Craig doesn't put his glasses on. So that might have something to do with it because he's so vain anyway.
It's probably because of the phone that I have that's like the first model iPhone.
Do you still have the flip phone?
Because I don't give a shit about getting the latest iPhone. I keep this because it works. And if you don't like my photography, well, fine. Send a fucking photographer out, okay? That's not me.
That's it's like Craig's the ad for the ones it only has 9 buttons and they're real big.
Oh boy. Should we talk a little bit about Jakob Chychrun?
Well, we did. Does the Gostisbehere thing move the needle on the trade deadline if he's on the ice in the next 7 days? I think it does.
I mean, I don't think it was going to impact him either, but this is almost like confirmation that he's okay.
Right.
And they were saying this all along, but him getting back on the ice in the next 7 days, teams will probably say, okay, we can definitely pull the trigger on this deal. And I do, if I'm laying odds, he's one of the top 2 guys that I think will move at the deadline. Yeah,
because when you talk about Jakob Chychrun's a 24-year-old, Gostisbehere's what, 29?
I think 28.
He's still younger when you start looking at some of the free agent defensemen. You have Klingberg's 30, you've got Carlson, there's guys that have a little older and longer in the tooth than Shayne Gostisbehere. He's been in the league a long time, but he's still got some gas in the tank, and I do think his offensive upside and his experience, I do think to Craig's point, once he gets in the lineup, it's just validation that he is going to get moved. I would believe that too.
If we lose Gostisbehere, we lose 3 Frenchies, I think, too. So that's going to be a big loss.
It's a big loss. We're going to need Lawson Cross to get another Frenchie here soon.
Well, sounds like that's in the works. So
love it.
That's the hard-hitting news people tuned in for.
I know, really. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it because it's all we've talked about for 4 straight days. But Jakob Chychrun was in the building tonight. We saw him with our own eyes and our own cameras. He's still out for trade-related reasons. Coach Tierney said he was going to skate on his own this afternoon. Still kind of a bizarre situation. Any thoughts?
I'm still not convinced it was actually him, with Sean's glowy photograph, on that fancy phone that he got. I don't know. It sure didn't look like a human being.
There were
to
enough
me.
witnesses to confirm that it was him.
That's fair because the picture was blurry. Craig didn't have his glasses on, so we had no idea what was going on. That's not on him.
Yeah.
This one to me, I know nothing from nothing. Jakob Chychrun will be in a Coyotes sweater playing another game for the Arizona Coyotes before the end of this month.
Ooh, fire.
Wow.
I don't.
You know what, Petey? I
think
won't be surprised at all.
I think the trade stuff is so overblown. I think there's other stuff going on behind the scenes that none of us seem to know about because when you look at but Jeff Merrick calls some of the most likely partners in a deal that would be for Jakob Chychrun, and everybody's like, no, not us. We're not doing it. And it wasn't just 1 or 2; it's 3 or 4. And you're hearing from all these other trade partners. Well, who the hell are they trading him to then? So if the most likely trade partners aren't trade partners, then maybe there isn't a trade right now. So I firmly believe Jakob Chychrun will be in an Arizona Coyote sweater playing for this team soon.
How weird will it be?
But I think it will be, but I think the weirdness is created by us. By the media. And I cannot believe I just included myself. I lumped myself in the media for the first time in my entire life right there. That was coming from the media. Really? But I do think the media internationally in Canada and the U.S. is making such a big deal about him missing a few games right now because of the time frame that it's happening in. If this happened early in the season, but it's just so close to the trade deadline.
I just think it was the fact that it was trade-related reasons and it's just unfolded the way it did. But I do agree, like Coach Tourigny and the players this morning said, it's the trade deadline. Like, this is how it is. We know that we're a selling team. We know that things like this happen. And the other thing Coach Tourigny said this morning is that he's kind of just treating Chychrun being out right now as if he were, like a player that's injured sitting out. It's like they're professionals. They're going to, handle it. And
I don't know. The way we saw him sitting up next to Gostisbehere in the Devil Duck tonight. I'm not getting inside information. I'm not getting phone calls. I'm not reporting. I'm just telling you from what I've read and seen that I don't think he's getting traded imminently. I'm not saying he doesn't get traded. I still think he's getting traded at the draft, not at the trade deadline, but that's just me. To Craig's point, is that going to be awkward inside that room when he goes back in and puts the sweater on? No. I mean, maybe for the first shift, and you go, okay, it's Chick. I mean, he has been a part of this team, drafted with these guys, been around them for years. I don't think it's that big a deal. I do wish it would just die down and go away one way or the other, but it's not going to. But it won't. It's not going to until the trade deadline passes and he's still a Coyote. And then everybody will go, okay, then we can calm down and keep playing. So until then, Craig, I guess I'll keep reading your articles and reading your tweets and see where he ends up. But right now, I don't think a trade is imminent, and I bet he plays with the Coyotes. And if there was a DraftKings over and under, he will be playing in the Coyotes before the end of February.
There it is.
Heard it here first. Anything else you want to talk about before we let you go, Craig?
Nope, I'm good, guys.
All right. Well, we will talk to you soon, and keep an eye out for Craig had a Die Hard story, right? That went up today on the website.
Yeah, and it's feeling like
it's feeling a little too relevant.
Yeah, I took a look at took a look at the players they could draft if they don't draft in the top 3, and since they're now challenging, I think they moved ahead of the Sharks tonight.
They moved ahead of the Sharks and one behind Vancouver.
Yeah, and they could even challenge Montreal for all we know. Yep. So we'll see where it goes with a lot of home games, like you said, Leah. So
yeah, lots of home games.
Might be relevant. Might be relevant to learn some of those other names on that list.
Yeah, I'm going to go read that when we get done here. Craig, thank you, and we will talk soon.
Get home safe, Craig.
See you later.
It's been a busy day.
It has been a very busy day. And I will say, when we literally were like opening the doors to Mullett Arena today, and you go, I wish I was in the More Furniture recliner right now. Like, you literally,
legit quote.
Like, that is a real quote that Petey said. And you know what? It felt good to sit in those chairs. I think I haven't like sat down not with like in front of a computer today for maybe 4 total minutes. It's just been one of those days. So might just have to decompress in our More Furniture recliners before we head out of here. But if you want to sit in the best furniture, check out More Furniture. They have a lot of great stuff. I'm moving next week. I have a lot of furniture shopping to do. I will definitely be checking out more. And you can save big on the best furniture in the Valley when you head to morefurniture.com. So be sure to check them out. And also check out Underdog Fantasy. I wish I did a pick'em tonight. Oh my goodness.
Of the overs?
Of Connor Ingram higher in saves.
Yeah, which you would have done.
It. I wish I did like Tampa shots on goal. Let's see who had shots. Yeah. Corey Perry 4, Braden Point 4, Hagel 4, Sorelli 4, Stamkos 5. Like if I just took any Tampa player in higher shots.
Or the lower on everybody's points.
Yeah, or just lower on goals, assists.
Everybody's.
Yeah, all of that. Man, but hindsight's 2020. I just got to remember to do a pick'em next time on Underdog, because if this one wasn't already electric watching Sean sweat, it would have been even more electric if I had a pick'em going, or even if the 3 of us had done a draft.
Yeah, next time we're all back in the studio, let's do a draft.
Yeah, absolutely. So check out Underdog. It's a lot of fun. We love using it, and it's super easy to get started. Go to underdogfantasy.com or download the app. Sign up with the code PHNX, and Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. Petey, I have to read this.
I know.
Caleb said, Petey's busy day. Wakes up, yells at cloud, coffee, breakfast, 700 Club, Nap, Angry Retweets, Matlock, Illegal Pete's, Yotes and Size, postgame.
There is so much of that is true that is frightening. Caleb knows me so well.
By the way, James said more furnish our new house, and it's awesome. That's awesome, James. If you have any things that you love, send me the links. I gotta start shopping. I'm like really behind, but that's okay.
I do want to address something that was a couple of comments up earlier.
Okay.
2 different people commented on, do you think guys are playing harder because of the trade deadline? Or do you think they're showcasing them about the trade deadline? No, I don't. I think players are playing hard because they want to win. They're competing. And sometimes you see a player on a team that's struggling, that's not a very good team, that's doing it. And I'm not saying any names, but does it for himself. He want to get just points and he's trying to get, on the leaderboard. With this team, I truly believe they're doing it for each other. And I think they're doing it for their teammates. And I think they're having fun when they play better. I think they're having fun when they win. I know they know they're not in the playoffs. For sure, they understand what they're playing for, but they're so competitive and they work so hard. They do it all together. This is the team unity on this team really shows, and that's a credit to what Tourigny is doing in the locker room, because it really reflects what they're doing on the ice, that they're getting along and doing it for each other. I don't think that's going to change at the trade deadline, other than the fact that they might lose some of those pieces in the locker room, meaning that their skill and talent level may go down because they lose some big pieces, but I don't think the effort's going to go away.
Yeah, not at all. And they kind of said that this morning too, and you can see those comments on our PHNX Sports YouTube channel, and more to come with that. Altex's
right, though. Kassian was around. In that first period, Kassian was around the net. There were 2 or 3 times that you go, oh my gosh, he's going to score. So Altex, we're with you, buddy.
Your guy.
I was convinced that he was going to score
I know.
the game winner. It felt like it was going to happen.
Man. Okay, well, I just checked the standings. I mean, not the standings, the score. So we know Chicago lost. Buffalo won 7-3 against Anaheim. Rangers won 6-4 against Vancouver. So not a great night for the Tank overall, but that's okay. Let's see what's ahead for the Coyotes in the last full week before the NHL trade deadline. LA Kings this Saturday night, 8:30 p.m., followed by a huge matchup with Columbus at 6:30 on Sunday at home. Then the Flames come to town on Wednesday. Again, it's these teams' first time in the Mullett, that Mullett magic alive and well. Only 2 games next week. And the following week, they're at home too. So they're finally, I think for the first time, like this is literally a homestand. There have been some quote unquote homestands this season. This is kind of the first actual one. So I don't know. They're going to be rested. They're going to be at Mullett. I mean,
I think they're rested.
This is going to keep rolling.
I'll say this. Agree to disagree, because that game in LA is going to be hard. LA plays well in Staples. It's not Staples. What is it now?
Crypto.com arena.
Thank you. Whatever. It's always going to be Staples to me, but I'm old. That's a tough game. They play well at home. The problem for me is the game coming back here against Columbus. Remember when they got home after that long stretch on the road and they were just flat at home? I'm afraid that's what's going to happen on the 19th against Columbus. They're playing some pretty high energy games. They had that quick 3-game road trip. This game against Tampa, that was I don't care. Anybody says they left it all out there tonight. Traveling to LA, they won't get home till late. They're going to run out of gas, and I'm afraid it's going to be Sunday. So those tank watchers, that might be good.
Yeah. That
they're going out of gas. For those rooting for a win against Columbus, it might be bad. But 2 days off, then Calgary. They're going to need everything to go inside Calgary Flame team. Yep. And that one, I think they'll have a better chance against Calgary than against Columbus.
Interesting. You heard it here first.
Yep.
By the way, I'm sticking with Sean's idea that the good karma of them working hard, competing and winning and getting points and scratching and clawing will pay off in the draft lottery. But we'll see.
Throwing that karma out there, throwing that positive. Yep. And we always got to give flowers, and clearly we give most of the flowers to Ingram, but a couple other guys, you got to go with the guys that were putting in the shot attempts that we talked about. Keller had 4. Who else had 4? There's 2 guys with 4. Barrett Hayton had 4, and I thought Barrett took one off the Chicklets.
Shout out him for that. Woo! And didn't even miss a stride.
No, I lost a tooth, but I'm going to keep playing. Hockey players. I'm going to agree with Tyson Nash on that one. Hockey players are just different.
That's what I'm saying. The other day, I made a graphic with Jakob Chychrun on it, and he was missing all his teeth, and Mac was like, "Why you picked such a bad picture? You made him look bad." I'm like, "That is a hockey player. What do you mean you made him look? He's missing teeth. Of course he is."
If you're going to play a sport with a flying piece of rubber
that's frozen,
in composite, but they're not wooden sticks anymore. They're very expensive composite materials, but with sticks, and you got the boards, and you don't expect these dudes to lose teeth. And put a full mask on if you don't want to lose your teeth, because you can see from Clayton Keller he's not putting the goddamn mouth guard, so that ain't going to be a problem there. But he lost a tooth on a shot, finishes the shot in front of the net, and had one of the best scoring chances of the night while his tooth is laying on the ice. That is absolutely amazing. So flowers out to Barrett Hayton tonight too.
How many games do we have left?
I don't know. Let's pull up the punch card.
Okay. That's not honestly not what I was going with it. What I was gonna say,
let's pull up the punch card.
Is
27.
$27.
$27.
I'm gonna put $1 on Zach Cassian anytime goal scorer for every game for the rest of the year.
There you go.
Just want to put that out there. Shout out blatantly and all text.
Well, here's what we got left. We started a new line of the punch card with a win for only the second time on the punch card. Are we starting the line with a win? But it's really looking doable. These last 3 lines here. It's here.
I can't believe we're here.
Either can I.
This has been, it's just such a different feeling. It's funny that we still have a few OG diehards from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And when that first 30 shows that we did last year, they were absolute misery.
Yeah.
Like it would be, oh, they lost again. Oh, they lost again by 5. Oh, that one they were in it for a bit and then they lost by 6. It was literally every night. Like we didn't get to talk about wins. Wins? You're talking about wins?
We didn't even really get to talk about compete.
No, they stunk. This is so much better. We haven't, and the other thing is we're missing some of our good bits. We haven't spun the Wheel of Fantasy.
I cannot believe.
Since the week 1. There are so many people don't even know what the Wheel of Fantasy is.
I cannot believe.
Well, we need to bring out the Wheel of Fantasy next week.
It's unreal.
DP, how many times have you seen a Wheel of Fantasy as a producer?
I think once. I think.
Yeah, this is once.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's the producer change that got this team going.
If at all, honestly. I think I did do it once.
CHGO Blackhawks just tweeted at us. Thanks, Connor.
See, that's sassy.
Yeah.
I like it. Little battle for the basement going on.
Before we wrap up, I do want to just acknowledge again everybody who came to Illegal Pete's before. We have a group photo of all of us. So this is the crew, and we also talked to even more people at Mullett, so thank you to everybody who said hi to us as well. But this was a lot of fun, and I think we have one more group photo of all of us. Hey, is that Jakob Chychrun?
There's Jakob Chychrun. People wondering where he was. There he is.
Yeah, he was there with us.
Illegal Pete's.
Shout out Drew for this amazing Photoshop. Once again.
Everywhere.
He's everywhere. No, but seriously, it was a ton of fun, and it was really cool talking to everybody because besides the people who had season tickets, everybody else got their tickets on Game Time for this game.
And that's, again, true story.
That is literally a true, I'm not lying that we were all drinking WoW and everyone got their tickets on Game Time. And it was really cool to talk to people about it and hear about it. And a couple people got to experience Mullett for their first time today. And it was a really entertaining. I
told them it's going to be fun. It doesn't disappoint.
I know there weren't a ton of goals, but it was an entertaining game. So I hope you all had a lot of fun. If you want to save up to 60% on tickets, you can use Game Time to buy your tickets last minute. And the best way to support us is by buying your tickets through the link below in our description, especially with a ton of home games coming up here in the next month or so. Lots of great opportunities to check out Mullett and get to see the Mullett magic for yourself and get to see, even we were saying like, oh my God, Steven Stam, like we're 13 rows up from Steven Stamkos and Nikita Kucherov. Like it's just really cool. So definitely check out Game Time. And while you're browsing the web, check out the PHNXlocker.com because we have our brand new Slim Valley Reaper t-shirt available for purchase. Kevin Durant press conference tomorrow, by the way. That's going to be electric. So this shirt is absolutely unbelievable. Make sure to get yours. If you become a diehard today, you can get this for free. If you're a diehard already, you can get this for 20% off. So check out the locker and become a diehard so you can read Craig's diehard articles, get 20% off merch and 20% off events. More to come. Were you going to say something, Sean?
No, I was gonna make a comment about how the Cardinals tried to usurp Katie's day and they have their presser in the morning. Just a wild move to me. Which means Chychrun is going to get traded tomorrow.
Oh, stop it. I finally have a day off tomorrow, and I just need to be off.
By the way, I did somebody who said that about Leah. Oh, Blatant Asinine, Chris. They're all talking about Leah's promotion. For those that didn't know, Leah, I think you do know. She works really, really hard around here and wears many, 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 many hats. And now she finally gets to focus a little bit more on this show and Coyotes related content. She was out at the Ice Den today. So you'll be able to see a lot because Craig's not so good at photos. Leah actually is.
Craig just defended his shitty phone, but now you'll get some good videos from practice.
Yes. So yeah, she gets her flowers today too because she does a great job. DP works really hard too. I'm not saying you don't, DP, but we're giving Leah her flowers today.
Thank you.
And she does everything she gets here.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm really excited to do a lot more stuff and just have even more Coyotes content because this fan base deserves it. One more, we got another super chat from Altex. Thank you so much. Said, I naturally tend to favorite non-favorites. I can get that sent. It's Altex. Most will say Kells, Schmaltz, etc. Who else is going to say Cassian and Valimaki among others? I respect it.
How about Valimaki tonight?
Oh my God.
Fire too.
Unreal.
He looked good.
I declared Troy Stetcher as my favorite Coyote.
Oh, by the way, Troy Stetcher, top 5 in the NHL this week for best dressed.
Is he really?
We are Bleacher Report off the ice. They put out a weekly drip.
Well, and they are not wrong.
Yep.
And I will say one more thing before we leave the illegal Pete's thing. I have food issues. If you listen to the show,
this was the most shocking thing of the whole day.
It's true. I do have fish. I don't like change. I go to the same restaurant. When I used to travel around the country, I'd go to the same restaurant, order the same food. I literally, you tell me a city, I'll tell you what restaurant, what I'm going to order at the beginning of the season. I don't change. So I have a little fear phobia of food and illegal Pete's. Total clearing, no anxiety, money.
Guys, Petey ate at Illegal Pete.
I did.
He did not eat at 4:00 at home.
Yeah. So if anybody else has that little anxiety of the new, they don't want the new, it's easy, great food, great atmosphere. I had a beer and really good food. And Leah is not wrong about the queso. Fire. Really, really good.
Yep.
So anyway, shout out to Illegal Pete's because I absolutely am going back.
Oh my God. I wish there were more locations. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, same.
PD, anything else before we go?
No, we've said enough. It's Connor Ingram beat another of the best teams in the National Hockey League.
Kingram.
It was an unbelievable performance at the Mullett. The Mullett magic is real. Period.
Yep.
Period.
It is.
It's real.
It is.
Now, can they do it again?
We'll see.
LA?
We'll see.
I know where people can find out about it, though.
On GoPHNX.com, on the PHNX Sports
they can,
YouTube channel.
because we're going to talk about it.
Yep. We'll talk about it live Saturday. That's going to be PHNX After Dark, 8:30 start. Woo! Get ready. Buckle up.
Buckle up. Because we do know that Craig will be a little punchy. I'll be long gone. I'll probably have to take a nap, but it's going to be.
I think I was drinking red wine last time we did that. Yeah.
The late one, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, off the rails, I can already tell you. But be sure to subscribe to the PHNX Sports YouTube channel because not only do we go live 5 days a week, but we also have a ton of content every single day. Tons today, tons yesterday, more coming tomorrow, even though we're not live tomorrow. So just stay locked in on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel and PHNX Sports wherever you have social media, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And you can follow each of us at S. Peters Hockey, at Leah Merrill, at Craig S. Morgan, at Sean_DePaz. Follow the show at PHNX_Coyotes. Everybody here live with us, we appreciate you. Give this video a like. If you're listening on audio, like and subscribe. We immensely appreciate you. And we'll be back very late night, Saturday night. But until then, enjoy the rest of your week, everyone.